played a significant role in your English journey? Do you do shadowing?
Actually, ma'am, I was not doing shadowing practice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, actually, at the first time when I downloaded, I installed the one application, audio call application. So that application I used to do. But
Okay.
for my entire journey, I couldn't do the shadowing practice. I listened
Okay.
multiple times, but it was looking so awkward for me. Talking to self, what, what, what topic I would mention with me, right? Talking, right? It
Mhm.
was looking so boring for me. So I always use other applications.
Yeah, and I heard about it. If you want to be, if you are an intermediate speaker, and if you want to be a advanced, so I think you must do shadowing. So I am also trying to do, but sometimes I also feel like bored and not this is not interest, not my cup of tea. So sometimes I also feel that.
Yeah, because
That's why
what kinds of topic will you discuss with yourself? You know what happens when after having the topic, new topic from other side, we are try to manage our ideas over. But self considering about different topic is so difficult, right?
I. Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah. So that's the reason it's going so much irritating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason I couldn't do ever in my entire life. And
Mm-hmm.
that application I use most of the time, and after that I start using this kinds of application.
And what about the writing? Do you do writing?
You know very well I'm a teacher, so my writing parts might have been completed in my schooling, you can say.
Okay, okay. So
After
are
that,
you English teacher?
yes,
Great, great. I think there is no need to, yeah, to be write something in the, you know, great.
yes, ma'am. Because on the board I have to explain all this thing in English, so you can say it might have been completed there.
Mm-hmm. Great, great.
Hmm.
So yeah, so
Okay, ma'am.
it's so I think it's a 20 minute is a great conversation with you. If you want to ask something,
Okay. So yeah, I have one question. Like, do you, ma'am, do you use this language with your family member at your home?
yeah, I prefer to talk with my daughter. She's in fourth standard, and she sometimes she is able to teach me sometimes because she has an environment like that. And yeah, in my first when I created my YouTube account, my first conversation I have posted, which I had posted, it was my daughter, and we are discussing about the hill station we had recently visited. So yeah, it was wonderful to talk with her, and she is able to understand, and sometimes she teaches me also, and I also talk with my husband, but in my childhood, I never get that environment to learn this language. So I'm trying to do from yeah from.
Thing, same thing, every person, facing. In my childhood also, I couldn't have any environment. I couldn't go through this way.
Mhm.
After, I think before 2 years, I started. And each individual have the same journey, right? After getting married, yeah, after completing their graduations, they start learning, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But our kids are so fortunate because they are having early these kinds of environment at their
Mhm.
home and having good guidance as a mother, as a family.
Mhm. And nowadays it's my passion. Whenever I wake up, I just only think about English. So and so nowadays it's my passion, and especially for the talk with the co-learner, it gives me energy to do something, to achieve something.
Yeah, you are right, ma'am. Because somewhere we are going to fulfill our dreams. Ever we have, since our childhood. So one day I would just speak few sentences in this way. But
Mm-hmm.
we have offline way, we are only having the instructions of completing only the task and theoretical activities. But we couldn't do any practical act like this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason we are, lagging somewhere, right? But now we are taking practical act, so that's the reason we are talking,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
And as you mentioned, like the English thought is going on in your mind, so it's also very great to encouraging you time to time, right?
Yeah, I think every second I only think about English and only think about nowadays it's happening with me, and very happy with that.
Yeah, and somewhere it is very beneficial for you to distract from your actual problem of life, because we all human beings are having a lots of issues. So somewhere these kinds of imaginations, yeah, thoughts, it's also very beneficial for us to distract.
And you know what do nowadays what I do? I just to try to learn vocabulary, and from using by those vocabulary, I try to create my own thought, which are related to any topic, and I post in my status, like a thought of the day, and I mention my name as well. So
Hmm.
also this is a new thing that I'm doing nowadays. So yeah, this is also give me the confidence.
And this is the actual way, having the better improvement in your spoken. If you're being able to manifest your own opinions over any matters. In this time, the people are receiving multiple regimen statement from the somebody,
Yeah,
like idioms, phrasal, ready-made. We call ready-made. But what about naturally you are going to create something by
that's
your
right.
own? This is called improvement. If you are being able to really create any statement according to your opinions, according to your thoughts, this is called improvement. And then you can judge yourself. I mean, this time and
Where
between
I was and
times, I would
yeah,
say.
where I was the previous and where I am now.
Yes, you can compare this. So this way also you can motivate yourself,
Yeah, true, it's true.
right?
So I think
Oh,
we are in same page, and we are think like that and the same.
yeah, I think I really resonate myself with you, ma'am. Most of the thoughts are quite equal, quite
Right,
similar.
true, it's true.
Okay. And what about self-talking? Do you have any habit of self-talking?
No, I didn't, try this. I didn't try to talk with myself, and yeah, no.
Self-talking, that is mean inside of your mind about like considering about any matters and try to have the conclusions about any matters in our mind, like that activities. Have you ever do?
Yeah, yeah, I do this. Like nowadays, it's a very popular. It's very viral topic. It's Telangana. The trees cut it down by the people. So I just try to collect the things, and I just try to make my own tenses. What is the pro and cons, and how can we do for get better environment. So I do that things. Like whatever viral topic is going on, so I try to collect the things and try to make my own perfection towards it.
Perfection, not perception.
Perception, yeah, yeah, perception, yeah. Sorry. I have a little bit, yeah,
It's okay.
perception towards it.
Yeah, you can say perspective.
Respect. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the time, it happens. It's a little error. You can say it's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you are doing
Sometimes we knows about the word, but it didn't comes our mouth, and we speak the wrong words. It happens sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Somewhere we internally, start feeling like we are losing self existence, right?
Mhm.
Whenever you are in a meeting or with the somebody in this time, you are not proper knowing about your own ability, right?
Mhm.
You are flying in the sky like somewhere, you considering internally like somewhere I will fulfill my all statement. That is the necessity now, right? According to these opinions, this matters.
Mhm.
Happens with the all peoples. I experienced multiple times while having conversation with the tutor as well. I experienced these things.
It's true.
And it's okay because this such a situation has taught us how to deal with that. right?
Mhm.
How to switch self according to the environment and topics and scenario.
Mhm. And what do you think about the AI? Nowadays, it's quite famous, and I think many learner using by the AI for the learning something. So I think, what is your opinion? Is this beneficial, or it? I think it has some drawback also. So,
Okay, so if I talk about what intentionally are you using such a facilities in your life? So AI, it's a really very good facilities, I would say, to get more and more knowledge. Okay,
mhm.
so obvious things you can make them as a companion under your life, and you can talk to them and expecting to have the relevant answer as well. So of course, AI will help you in multiple aspects, multiple areas.
Mhm.
When I talk about preposition, conjunction, if you really wanna know, you know, many answers, many, I mean, clarity, so it will help you. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's my opinion. Actually, I'm not using AI. Yeah, it's
Okay. And ChatGPT, like this is a very popular, quite popular
no,
application.
no, no. I'm not using such kinds of things. You know why? I'm telling about logical things. If you do, it's supposed to be. Are you? Do you want to check your ability while
Mm-hmm.
using such kinds of things, right? So whenever you feel so much, error in your conversation, in your statement through that AI, somewhere
Mm-hmm.
it will demotivating you. Somewhere it kinds of
Sometimes.
coming in your mind, like you're making a lot of mistake, and it's become the biggest cause, to losing your confidence level and starting doubting on yourself, right? And whatever confidence level have you accumulated for entire journey, you will lose in a second. So it's better to you have to live for a while in your own comfort zone, and after reaching on the certain situation, you must get to know, yeah, I have to where I have to work and where I have to improve. Right.
And especially for the beginners, like if they found the very, mistake by given a statement by themselves. So I think sometimes it's also demotivated them. In my initial days, I also found this when I used to, speak something, so I get a lot of errors were there.
Yeah.
So sometimes also demotivated me, but not now. I'm very habitual and very friendly. So now I'm using frequently.
Yeah, yeah, you can. But this is a logical things. You have to think logically, right? Because as much as we are living in our own comfort zone, we are so much excited.
Mm-hmm.
Our excitement would be sustained for long. And even though we have a great confidence level, until we get to know about internal weakness, I would say. So it's better to just live for a while in your own comfort zone while reaching on certain situations, certain times, right? Know, where you have to know, like where you have to sustain yourself, right? Where you have to help say yourself. So while using such a kinds of tools, early you're going to learn your weakness, okay? So somewhere it will not good for you, especially about I'm talking about confidence. You will lose your confidence, and you have a lot of confusion and doubts.
Yeah,
Right?
true. Sometimes
Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking about each person. Some of people are so
some
serious
of
for,
people,
right?
those who are not using.
Yeah, especially those people who are so serious for this. Serious people are taking very seriously. Any
Yeah.
mistake they get, so they are start considering overthinking, right? So these
Yeah.
things for not good for them.
And I would like to know one more question. That
Yeah.
is, a grammar is also play significant role for if you want to be a good speaker in this language.
Yeah, yeah, of course, grammar is very important, very prominent, but not a very high level, basic level, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because you are not going to give your examination, right? You are not going to give your paper. So there you have to prove like each grammar must be constructed with the form of right? You are
Mm-hmm.
just speaking, right? People are already aware about what are you going to say them, right? So It's obvious thing like having more engagement into this, right? And having more and more time on the same platform, you are going to improve yourself.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, I think that's a wonderful conversation with you. And
Yes,
if you,
ma'am.
you want to ask anything, so yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah, of course, I would ask, in this time, ma'am, what do you do in your current situation to improve your English? The one thing you mentioned, like you have been following the books. Apart from books and attending session like that, what do you do?
Okay. So I